What a gorgeous day it is outside on this beautiful Sunday. Welcome back to the channel, and this is the first video I'm dropping since I got back to Daytona, or I should say since I got back from Daytona, and it was such a good time. I dropped some videos down, I want to say around 7, so if you haven't checked those out yet, definitely go check them out. They're pretty action-packed. I met up with Hector Miguel. We took a couple of CVOs and a 23 Road Glide ST down to Daytona, but again, for all of you guys that haven't seen those videos yet, we went from here in Houston to Orlando, down to Miami with the intent to go down to the Keys. However, that didn't happen, but as a result, we were able to hang out and have a good time with the guys there in Miami from All American Cycle. And we were there on a Thursday, which is their bike night at Cafe 27, I think it is. And they were super welcoming all around, but they basically get down every Thursday. What I mean by getting down is a race. It was a great time. Then we went up to Daytona, had another good time, and I took my CVO here right behind me, my 23 CVO Road Glide that I rode over to Daytona. Now, I want to give you guys an update because one of the companies that recently joined up with the channel is the one and only Figurati Designs. And I was there talking to Carrie, and they're having a new product coming out. It's on my previous video, but they're gonna have a vented dipstick coming out for the higher performance, higher compression engines if you want your engine to breathe better. So they're coming out with that. But while we were there, we were talking, and I was like, you know what, Carrie? I'm gonna be going from Daytona, Florida, straight to Houston, Texas the next day, the day after we were talking. And we came up with this great idea together. It's like, hey, what if we put in one of your regular magnetic dipsticks on this one here, and don't take it out until I get back home here to Houston. There's the proof right there. He installed it himself, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go from Daytona Beach, Florida, straight to Houston, Texas, whether it's 12 hours or 18 hours, and at the end, and it's clean, I'm gonna pull it out and see if there's any contaminants or wear. Well, I've been here for about a week or so, a little bit over a week, and resting, catching up with all the videos. But this is gonna be the first time I'm taking the dipstick out of here, the magnetic dipstick that Figurati Designs designed, I should say, and we're gonna see how much debris is gonna be in that dipstick. So for all of you guys that are wondering if it works, you know, for long distances or short distances, well, I don't know about the short distances, I'm sure, but this might be the first and only review of 1,000+ miles on there on this dipstick here, all at the same time. Again, I rode straight from Daytona Beach, Florida, here to Houston, Texas, and I'm about to take it out. So I'm gonna do that here in a little bit, but also I'm gonna go over some things on the performance of my Road Glide. I recently replaced the, well, maybe not performance, but on one of the accessories that I installed, I recently installed this Arleness riser setup. It's their 10-inch method riser setup with their, I think, high bend bar that I have here, and it worked great. However, the kit comes with very nice stainless steel bolts, but I took those off because I wanted to have all the black kind of scheme going on. So I bought some black bolts that I didn't think they were gonna rust, but if I show you here, and I hope it comes out on the camera here, with all the rain, look at this. they're brand new bolts, but they were black, but apparently they're not anti-rust or anti-corrosion, and it looks really, really bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those bolts out, and I'm either gonna paint them with a nice black paint, or just simply replace the stainless steel ones that it came with, or just get maybe some ARP or some coated bolts. But I'm gonna do that in a later video. Also, what I added when I was in Daytona were these 2 parts from Hoffman Designs. I added this piece right here, and I apologize, it's really dark here, but I added this piece here, and there's a lot more clearance that I've gained right here. Also, I added this part right here from Hoffman Designs, And it might not be a big deal to you guys, but if you have exhaust clearing issues, this solves it for you. It's very, very thin, and I have it in my previous video. All right, I'm about to take it out. I got me my little napkin here, but Carrie asked me before I took this challenge up, he asked me how many miles do I have on my oil change? And at the time I had 2,000, so now I have like 3,000 miles on it. So let me get this out here as best as possible because it's the Sony exhaust. So here it is, here it is. So this is how much, I'm just dripping oil here, how much debris I have over 1,000 miles. Now, I know what you're thinking, crew, that's not a lot. Well, hear me out. This motor has 4,800 or so, 4,300 miles. I'll check on the speedometer up here. But this is the debris that's on here now. Now, it could have been more, but again, it was on here for 1,000 miles. So what I'm gonna do next after this is I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna reinstall it, and I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna drive around town, maybe to work, here a few miles. And I'm curious to see if I'm gonna get the same amount of debris from my engine oil that I see here right now. Because if that's the case, then the best thing to do when you have this is pretty much every couple hundred miles, just take your dipstick out, clean out the debris, and you just continue to keep your engine nice and clean. So let me go ahead and clean it. Here it is, and I'm just gonna try to, you know, let's get a cleaner surface. Let me move this over here, fold this. All right, so I'm just gonna put it on here and I'm gonna wipe. And then I'm gonna put it to the side and I'm gonna wipe that. Oh yeah, see that looks darker there. And I'm gonna move it to this side and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna wipe it. Look at that there. And so this here looks to be the part that has more debris. So turning it around here, face down, and I'm gonna wipe it. And there it is. So looks like there's still some particles in here, but can they come off here? Yeah, I guess they do come off here. Oh, sorry, I'm out of the camera. The camera keeps moving on me. All right, I kind of fixed my camera angle there. But yeah, it looks like it's getting clean here. I'm so sorry, this camera keeps moving on me. As I was mentioning, yeah, it's pretty clean now. I think these little holes are designed, I don't know if that's supposed to come off. All right, I grabbed this little tool here, it's like a little screwdriver, and I'm just trying to see if stuff will come off. Yep, it does. So let me go here, do this side, at least a little bit, come over here. Yeah, so it's a good deal, good idea to clean this out like this. And then let me go here. Let me continue getting the oil off of these, or the debris off of these little areas here, and I'm gonna come right back. And of course, for those of you guys that haven't seen this dipstick for, by the way, you guys are carry over Figurati Designs. It's dirty here, but look at the quality of this black chrome or black option that they have, because their silver one is just popping, man. This is amazing. They also sell one of these for your transmission, so I can't wait to receive that as well, because I got 3 bikes here that I'll perform very, very well in terms of horsepower and torque. But look at this, man. I definitely dig the design. This is very well put together. Beautiful O-ring. You just buy it, install it, and that's it. But anyhow, what's the big deal about this? Well, here's a bolt that I took off from my, where did I get this bolt from? Oh yeah, from my caliper on my 23 CVO, because I replaced them with Bamco bolts. And look at that. So if it's doing this with the front caliper bolt, could you imagine with all the little debris it's doing? Wow, it's just both sides, and even the side part, look, even the side part here, it holds it. Let me just try this guy. Yep, the dipstick has been reinstalled in my 23 CVO already, and I'll be doing follow-up videos throughout my videos just to see how much debris we're picking up and taking out of the engine. Now, one thing to note, actually a couple of things. I do have the Ultra Cool Flow oil filter. And what that is it's a filter that also has a magnet, an oil filter that also has a magnet on it. Carrie also, the owner of Figurati Designs, has the same filter, and we still get this debris. So I'm curious when I do my next oil change, which might be here pretty soon because I like to change my oils all the time. And I'm gonna get that oil filter off, and I'm curious how much debris is on that magnetic oil filter. And if that's the case, then essentially, think about it here on the fly, you have oil debris or particles being picked up on both sides, right? Your engine case and through your oil filter, which all the oil goes through. So I'm actually curious what that's gonna look like. Another thing, you might be wondering what kind of oil I have. In this motorcycle, right now, I have a Motul motor oil. I'm sorry, not Motul. AMSOIL. I have AMSOIL oil on this motorcycle. My other two motorcycles, I use Motul because of the horsepower. But I also use AMSOIL on those when I can't get Motul, and they work just fine. While I have your attention, my next road trip is gonna be here very soon in a couple of weeks. We are going to the Arizona Bike Week 2025 over in Phoenix/Scottsdale, Arizona. And I am super pumped. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take this 23 CVO again or my awesome Trask built turbo because Trask is there in Phoenix. My plans are to go and really hit up or hang out in 3 places, and everything else I'll work around with. One, I'm gonna go visit Bad Boy Cycles. They're going to be there. Also, I'm gonna go by the Trask booth and also the Trask shop, so I can give you guys a new shop tour of the new shop, which I'm super excited for. And also, I'm gonna go visit my buddy Shane over at Rick Rack and show you guys what's going on there and stuff. And then after that, I've never been there before, so I don't know the layout, but I'll be there and we're gonna have a good time. Since I mentioned Bad Boy Cycles, I use this set here, which is your Freedom Series Bad Boy Cycle seat combo, along with their backrest for the Advent Black King Tour Pack I have here. And let me tell you, the 1,000 miles I did on it and all the traveling that I did, we put around, I don't know, about 3,000 miles or so on this Florida trip. It worked out outstanding and great, and there's no discoloration or anything like that. Another thing I want to briefly cover that I'm so happy I got installed months before going on my trip to to Daytona or Miami or all around Florida was these Baja Design Squadron lights that I have as fog lights on this 23 CVO. And I say that because the morning we left, it was super foggy from, I think, here in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and all the way up to Alabama until finally the sun was up. But it was super foggy. And you'll see that in my previous videos when I talk about foggy. It was like foggy, that moisture fog or that fog that has a lot of moisture in it that requires you to have rain gear on. And I really strongly believe that because of these amber Baja lights that I have here, I was able to see more, see better, see the imperfections on the road in terms of potholes and debris or other cars. And it, to a certain degree, I don't want to say saved my life, but ensured that I was more comfortable riding in those conditions. And then also on the way back, as you've probably seen, if not, go check out those videos. On the way back, we were in some heavy, heavy rain.
Hey, hold on. All right, maybe I should probably slow down because...
And it was in the daytime. Now I could still see, but my fog visor got super foggy. But these lights here, I think, also help me out because you can see the amber lights a lot more than the clear lights that our Rogue lights have. So again, because of the amber Baja lights here, the Squadron ones, which each knock out about 4,087 lumens, I believe, each. You know, I was able to be seen from these 18-wheelers and stuff like that. Either way, I just personally felt more comfortable. So these Baja Design Squadron lights here, I think were a great addition. On top of that, I'm gonna have a review coming here very soon of the Odin Manufacturing rain gear. All right, so here is my Odin Manufacturing, because I'm just gonna give you a spoiler alert. Is the best rain gear I've ever owned, and it's the most expensive rain gear I've ever owned. But I'm gonna give you a full review on those videos, but it's not gonna be the videos where I just show you the pockets and stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna stand outside and I'm gonna have my wife and my kids just hose me down with a water hose, and we're just gonna see what gets through and what doesn't, which I don't think anything is gonna get through. So I have that video coming up. And lastly, before I end this video, Bad Boy Cycles, they're coming out with this brand new seat that's gonna debut on this channel, probably on the next video or two. And this windshield here is also from Bad Boy Cycles. I rode it again from here, Orlando, Miami, Daytona, and all the way over here. And it worked great. With all that being said, if you like today's content, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on my next video, which will be out here pretty soon.